What is up, guys? Welcome back to S3M2 Football and welcome to today's football preview video. It is El Clasico weekend once again. So please stick around with me as I talk just a little bit about the Copa Del Rey final that is kicking off this week Saturday on the 26th of April that sees Football Club Barcelona go head-to-head with Real Madrid. We start off today's fixture with the home side here being Barcelona. Barcelona have ended their last 5 matches with 4 wins and 1 loss. The last match for the Blaugrana was a 1-0 win at home against Mallorca in the Spanish La Liga. And in their last 5 fixtures, Hansi Flick's team have scored 11 goals and conceded 6 goals. The first player I have to talk about for Barcelona is an absolute creative menace. Brazilian left winger Rafinha has 30 goals and 23 assists in 49 appearances. Rafinha operates as an inverted winger using his pace, his creativity and his goal scoring ability to just run riot through opposition defenses. Creatively in the midfield for Barcelona, I want to talk about Spanish attacking midfielder Dani Olmo. In 31 appearances, Dani Olmo has 10 goals and 6 assists. And for me, Dani Olmo operates as the main playmaker at Barcelona. He's a player with phenomenal control, great dribbling ability, and Dani Olmo somehow has this ability to score goals when in very tight spaces. Deeper in the midfield for Barcelona, I want to talk about Spanish central midfielder Pedri. In 51 appearances, Pedri has 5 goals and 7 assists, and he is the conductor in midfield for Barcelona. Pedri has this ability to play this patient, composed style of football, and then using his passing ability, he's able to dictate the tempo and the speed at which the game is played. Tactically for Barcelona, coach Hansi Flick wants his team to play a controlled style of possession to just dissect the opposition and expose any weaknesses. To that end, we have seen Barcelona line up in a 4-2-3-1 formation. Playmakers in midfield like Frenkie de Jong, Pedri, Fermin, Dani Olmo and Gavi are able to starve the opposition of any ball possession and just pass them into submission. Out wide, the dynamic movement of forwards like Ferran Torres, Rafinha and Lamine Yamal provide a constant threat thanks to their pace and overall creative ability in those wider areas. Okay, looking at the away team here for Real Madrid, the last 5 fixtures have ended in 3 wins and then 2 losses. Real Madrid's last match was a 1-0 win away at Getafe in the Spanish La Liga. And in their last 5 fixtures, Carlo Ancelotti's team have scored 4 goals and conceded 5 goals. The first player I have to talk about for Real Madrid has got to be French centre forward Kylian Mbappe. In 49 appearances, Kylian Mbappe has scored 32 goals and provided 4 assists. And he operates as a pure goal poacher in the Real Madrid setup. Kylian Mbappe uses his pace, his speed and his technical ability to just score massive amounts of goals every season. In midfield for Los Blancos, I want to talk about English attacking midfielder Jude Bellingham. In 46 appearances, Bellingham has 13 goals and 13 assists, and he is a typical box-to-box midfielder for Real Madrid. Jude Bellingham has tons of stamina, he's got a phenomenal work rate, and he also provides so much creativity from midfield to this Real Madrid team. Deeper in midfield for Los Blancos, I want to talk about Uruguayan central midfielder Federico Valverde. In 52 appearances, Valverde has 9 goals and 8 assists, and he is the ultimate utility player for Real Madrid. Fede Valverde gets onto that pitch and just shows his dedication, his flexibility, and his intelligence in how he is able to play in so many positions and operate in so many different roles. Tactically for Real Madrid, coach Carlo Ancelotti wants his team to play on the counter-attack all the time, using their pace and energy to just outrun and outlast the opposition. To that end, we have seen Real Madrid line up in a 4-3-3 formation a lot of the time this season. High-octane forwards like Vinicius Jr., Rodrigo and Kylian Mbappe are able to just constantly keep defenders on the back foot with their sheer speed and 1v1 prowess. In midfield, workhorses like Camavinga, Jude Bellingham, Fede Valverde and Aurelien Tchouameni work tirelessly to apply pressure on the opposition and win possession of the ball higher up on the pitch, making it easier to transition from defense to attack and hit the opposition on the break. Okay, on to the head-to-head and the S3M2 verdict. Now, the last 5 editions of El Clasico have ended in 2 wins for Barcelona and then 3 wins for Real Madrid. So Los Blancos edging things out ever so slightly in recent years. In terms of goal output though, in those last 5 matches, Barcelona have scored 13 goals while Real Madrid have scored 11 goals. So even though they haven't won most of those games, Barca have scored more goals in those last 5 meetings between the two teams. In terms of injuries in this match, Barcelona will be without centre forward Robert Lewandowski. And I think they're really going to miss their top goal scorer this season. For Real Madrid, they're without Eduardo Camavinga in midfield and then still missing the services of Eder Militao and Dani Carvajal in the defense. And I think what that means is Real Madrid players will now have to do more defensive work as opposed to just focusing on the offensive side of the game. The return of Kylian Mbappe to the setup though is very good news for all Real Madrid fans, because somehow this team has managed to set themselves up with Mbappe as the main man and the main goal threat this season. So knowing that he is back means that at least Real Madrid will now have an out for their goals. For Barcelona though, they're a team that creates so many chances and they just need somebody on the end of those chances. And now it will be down to the likes of Lamine Yamal, Ferran Torres, Rafinha and Dani Olmo to get those goals instead. Real Madrid are still looking for revenge against pretty much everybody in Europe right now after that UEFA Champions League humiliation at the hands of Arsenal. For Barcelona, they're still in the Champions League in the semi-finals against Inter. They're now in the Copa Del Rey final and they're leading the race in La Liga. So the Blaugrana are definitely looking at those treble ambitions and thinking they're very realistic this season. Barca do have to keep an eye on Inter Milan for next week Wednesday's semi-final in the Champions League as well. So they'll have to make sure that they don't go out here and pick up unnecessary injuries or knocks or just increase their fatigue levels unnecessarily as well. For Real Madrid, they know that the Copa del Rey now provides them with an opportunity to firstly dent Barcelona's dreams for this season, but to also give themselves a bit of a boost in their push for the La Liga as well. Any slip up by the Blaugrana will be capitalized on, and Real Madrid are definitely looking to be a team that is looking to end the season with at least one trophy. And in this match and in the La Liga, they still do have a very good chance. I think though, knowing that this match is being played in the Olympic Stadium in Barcelona means that Barcelona do theoretically have home ground advantage here. Knowing that the Blaugrana have also scored 9 goals against Real Madrid this season over just 2 matches means that they know how to hurt Real Madrid, and Real Madrid have all of a sudden just come unstuck against Barcelona. Both teams are still trying to win as many trophies as possible, and nobody wants to look at this fixture and think of it as something they have to compromise on. But I think as the match goes on, depending on who is ahead and who is behind, we will see changes from the coaches. I think for Ancelotti, if Madrid are behind, we'll see him then trying to attack. But for Barcelona, if the team is behind, they'll try to attack, but still try to keep players in reserve for Wednesday. If the Blaugrana are ahead though, we will see Hansi Flick then making those subs, just trying to get his team to control the game and frustrate Real Madrid. And I think that will be the game plan for Barcelona, to get a lead as early as possible and then just starve Real Madrid off the ball. I do think that knowing that Real Madrid are a hungry team, a team that is looking hurt and looking frustrated right now, means they're very motivated. Barcelona are enjoying their football, but Real Madrid right now are a team that is hunting revenge. And I think that gives Los Blancos a very slight advantage in this one. My score prediction for this one is going to be Barcelona 1, Real Madrid 2. I think the Blaugrana will have the ball, but I think without Lewandowski, when they try to play this possession style of football, it looks frustrating and without end product. If Barca play a more counter-attacking style, I think the result will be a little different. But I think Hansi Flick is going to want his team to play to their strengths, and that means keeping the ball. And that's exactly playing into Real Madrid's hands.
Hi, thank you for making it to the end of this video. We really appreciate the watch time and the fact that you took some time out of your day to spend it with us talking about the sport that we all love. If you enjoyed the content, why not, drop a like down below or comment in the comment section. Maybe even consider subscribing to the channel. And I mean, while you are here right now, have a look at some of our old videos too. They should be appearing on the screen right now, along with that subscribe button. So you know exactly what to do. Thank you so much. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm. And have a great day out there. And we hope to see you again very, very soon. Thanks. Stay safe.